everybody, and welcome to Arizona Barrio Stories and Latino USA TV. My name is Carmela Ramirez, and I'm your host for Mas con Carmela. And right now we are celebrating the Latina Divinas show, which is coming up at the Mesa Art Center on September 13th. It's going to be a great show. We celebrate music from women around the world, from Celia Cruz to Shakira, Jenny Rivera, and we ask the Latina singers in Phoenix to come onto this concert with us to interpret those songs. So we are interviewing all the girls one by one because I want you to meet them all. They're incredible singers, and they have an amazing history here making music in Phoenix, Arizona for decades. Honestly, just wonderful musicians that we have here in Phoenix. Today we have with us Mary Hurtado, and she is the singer and producer from the Straight Up Band. She's been doing music for a long time, and I want you to get to know her a little bit better because she's part of our show, and she's part of this very rich Latino history that we have in music. Mary, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I see, mujer. I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm excited to be part of part two, Latinas Divinas. Very beautiful show, and just honored to be in it.
Oh, well, we wouldn't do it without you.
Thanks.
Number one was great. That was last year, but this one's going to be even better. Can we tell the people a little bit about you, your history aquí in Phoenix, and what you've been doing with the music and everything else?
Sure. So I've been performing in the Valley for over 30 years. It's been a long journey and wonderful time, and lots of fun with audiences across the state of Arizona. I started with Straight Up Band in the early 90s, and just been working with many musicians across the Valley, and it's just been, just enjoying every minute of it.
Now, you're from Yuma, Arizona, Keno?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So did you do music there in Yuma, or was it until you came to Phoenix?
I didn't do music there, no. I played a lot of sports. I was pretty much known as someone in high school and even in college as an athlete. So when I graduated from college, I went to Point Loma University and played volleyball there and moved over to Phoenix.
Really?
And my brother Carlos was into music, and we were roommates, and he just convinced me that I needed to start singing. And actually, he didn't say get in a band. He just said, let's start singing.
Oh, okay. I remember those early days of Straight Up, because he was one of the singers.
Yes, he
right?
was.
Carlos?
Yeah, he was. And then, one day I came home and I said, we're in a band, Carlos, and he was surprised, and we did that for about 20 years together.
Wow.
It was amazing. It's very special when you can share the stage with family and, with my brother. And,
it is.
Yeah.
Do you have history of musical talent in your family?
I do. So my parents loved to sing, and they had beautiful voices, and they're gorgeous singers. And many of my siblings, I have 10 siblings, and they all love to sing. My cousins, my uncle Bobby, my mother's brother, is a lead singer and band manager for one of the bands in Yuma, and he's been performing, I would say, like over 50 years. And my cousins out there, the Chavez family, they all perform, and on the Hurtado side, I have another cousin who's has a band out there. So, lots of talent in Yuma coming from my family, and
always surrounded by the music. That's the best part. That's what happened with my family too. You are not only a vocalist, musician, but you're also a producer.
Yeah.
And that's something that a few of the women here, including myself, have had the opportunity to delve into that. Not too many people know how to produce themselves and do all the marketing for yourself and all that. You have developed a persona in the Valley that not only are you performing and complimenting everything that we're doing out there in the community with music, but you're also there if anyone really needs a fundraiser, if somebody unfortunately has passed on, or they're sick, or they need to raise money. I've seen you do that over the years, and then I've also seen you produce some really big shows. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think it was kind of something that it's part of my personality, I guess, being a little entrepreneurial, a little just a good side hustle, I guess, because being in a band, you could be the talent, you could be the voice, you could be, one of the musicians, but to manage a band, you really have to hone in on different skills like marketing, like you said, and even producing. And so I just kind of kept expanding. But then I took that to my day-to-day job too. So I worked for different companies like,
Talk to me
Univision
about
Radio.
that, because you've worked with some pretty intense organizations.
Yeah, I worked for ASU Public Events. I worked for City of Phoenix. I worked for Univision Radio, and these companies, I was producing events like large-scale festivals.
Give me an example.
So Cinco de Mayo downtown, was part of the production team, produced there.
Those were huge.
Those were huge. Yeah, I actually produced one of my own Cinco de Mayos in Peoria. And I had, Evelyn Champagne King there, GQ, some old school artists, Latin Breed, Little Joe and La Familia, lots of different artists I've worked with. Headliners, old school artists mainly, Tejano artists, Emilio Navaira. I have a long list of artists that I've worked with in the past. So getting into that type of production and managing, stages on that, grand stages, big stages, it's a whole other piece of work. And
you've also been very, very generous on mentoring a lot of Valley musicians and vocalists. I've seen you do that over the years. You always share your stage, and you're always back there. Come on, comadre, you can do it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I've done that too, and I enjoy doing that. I always felt like, well, in fact, watching you, Carmela, in your career, and Diana Lee, and watching you perform, and just having women on that platform, I just always wanted to extend that to other women as well. So if people know Straight Up Band, I've worked with many, many talented females, and
I think that's the best part, though, knowing that you can, share all that with all of us. It's amazing. You've always worked. You're in a situation right now that I'd like you to talk just a little bit more about, to have people understand the actual work that you're doing on the other side, your position right now, where you're working.
Oh yeah, so I've been working in the nonprofit sector for a long time, and what I do there, or my skills there, is it's called development work, fundraising for nonprofits. So I worked for many years with Chicanos por la Causa, and I work with Education Forward Arizona, and I do fundraising for them. And in most businesses, all businesses, there's a development person who's behind the scenes, helping with, supporting the general operation of work. So I go out, I work with, with my team to try and raise funds through donor relations and philanthropy. And
that's so hard to do.
And events, special events, it is. So all of that coming together, even with the headliners, I've been able to make some really good friends. El Chicano, Fred Sanchez, is a really good personal friend of mine, and I have my own mentors, and I look up to him a lot, because I would reach out to him often and just kind of share ideas of what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go, and it was really, really important, the feedback that he gave me, with dealing with, how to manage other artists on many different levels, or even on, just on our local level. But, everybody needs a mentor. And I think that, back to saying, talking about the female singers that I've worked with, I've just always felt like I needed to be there for them. So.
Where do you think you're taking your music now? What do you want to do? Is there anything that you haven't achieved, or do you have any super ideas?
I think I have a lot of really great ideas. It's the capacity and time for me. It's trying to, I think, transitioning maybe into retiring my day-to-day and then doing this type of work full-time. I'd love to do that. And what that would mean is really just honing those skills I just talked about, like probably a broader of production work, maybe more concerts on that level, or, maybe even owning my own venue again one day. But, we'll see.
That would be fun. Maybe.
Maybe, right?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I've always enjoyed producing with you. You're so creative. And you take chances. I like that. You know,
Yeah, it is.
That's what we have to do. We have to push our way through, Kendall.
It is. We do. And, just trying to get our culture and our music and our styles of music and our talent out there and finding places for us, all of us, to grow and perform.
Right.
That's one of the biggest challenges I
Keeping
find.
it live in our community. Nuestra comunidad. Tell us where you're playing right now. The Straight Up Band is an amazing band. If you haven't seen them recently, you should. I mean, I try to get out there as much as I can to see you. Where are you at
I love
next?
playing at Cactus Jack's in
Right.
Ahwatukee. I love that venue because they have everything built in.
I know,
huh?
huh? Sound stage.
I have a show that I created. It's called Saturdays from 2 to 5, and it's a day drinking, dancing, good time.
I like that.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
I've been there quite a few times.
And lots of people have been coming. It
Yeah.
gets bigger and bigger, and I think people just like the idea of being able to do something during the day and probably not want to drive at night. But
I know.
it really is a good time.
I love it.
All types of people come.
Cactus Jack's is in Ahwatukee, everybody. So if you get a chance, look out Mary's next for her next performance there. They can catch you on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and Mary Hurtado for being with us today. You can catch Mary at the Latina Divinas concert that we have on September 13th. It's going to be at the Mesa Arts Center, and we are so excited. So please look us up on Arizona Barrio Stories or on Facebook. Get more information on that. Come out and support your Latina Divinas here in Phoenix, Arizona. Maria, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you, everybody out there listening. My name is Carmela Ramirez, and I will see you soon here at Arizona Barrio Stories, Latino USA TV. We're going to sign off for now. And in the words of Celia Cruz, azúcar, baby. See you soon.
Love it.